My name is Emily Masters. My pronouns are she, her. I am the current secretary and chair-elect of the Children's Sequoyah Committee, which means that next year I will be the chair of the committee. I am the school library media specialist at Overholser Elementary in Putnam City. So the book I'm going to talk to you about is The Light Jar by Lisa Thompson, and look at that cover. Oh, can you even believe? So this book is about Nate. He and his mom live in England, and they are escaping his mom's abusive boyfriend. And they get to this little cottage that her grandma's uncle, whomever, had and was kind of in disrepair. And mom's like, okay, I'm going to run out and get supplies. I'll be right back. And Nate's like, cool. And his mom doesn't come back. And he's like, ooh. And then he starts seeing his imaginary friend from when he was a kid. And his imaginary friend can like touch things and talk to him and move things. And he's like, oh no, this is not good. He meets a girl outside. She's got a weird vibe around her, and it turns out she is the imaginary friend of a small child who died. And so this book hits a lot of really cool, important topics like abuse in a household that's not physical abuse. The mom's boyfriend is emotionally abusive. Like, he takes all the light bulbs in the house, and they have to live in complete darkness. He's the only person that gets to have light bulbs. He takes mom's cell phone, takes her car, like alienates her from everyone in their life. And with the imaginary friend thing, like, you kind of go into the lore of imaginary friends. There's a party and you get to meet a bunch of imaginary friends, those of children who like don't need them anymore, or of children who had died. And so there's that whole aspect of it, as well as this crazy scavenger hunt that Nate is doing with an imaginary friend that he thinks is a ghost. So this book has a lot of layers to it. And what I think is so sellable, like, to your kids about this book is I've never read a book like this before. It is really cool how it dives into the lore of imaginary friends, and it's action-packed. It's kind of spooky. The whole abuse boyfriend situation is handled at a level that I think is emotionally available for our elementary school readers, but this would also be a good one for early middle grades. So I think this book is fantastic, and I think that it's really interesting to talk about imaginary friends and how they can help you get in touch with your feelings when you're not quite ready to have those big conversations. And then a read-alike for this one was on the Sequoyah list 2-3 years ago, called Crenshaw by Katherine Applegate. And Crenshaw has kind of a similar thing where the main character is in a situation that is too big for him to process emotionally. So his family is fighting homelessness, and right now they have an apartment, but the main character is really worried they're going to have to live in their car again, and he starts seeing his imaginary friend from the last time that they were homeless. So these two books are kind of comparable in that it allows kids to talk about these big feelings and huge emotions and really important life issues in a way that's accessible to them via the imaginary friend.